Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Rob Barrington here, and I'm about to play the Weekend Pro-Am. This is board one, and it is October 15th right now as I'm playing it, and that means it's my birthday today. So I am hoping for reasonable luck on my birthday, but we're going to start with hand number one, and we see it goes two spades by our partner. And we have this hand. It's interesting. It's a match point tournament, so this hand might consider no trump, but there's so much that can go wrong with that. And I'm definitely going to bet a game because I just can't really involve the robot with any sort of decision making, I think, in this situation, especially because our trumps are so good here. I love having king jack third. I have quick tricks, ace king fourth, ace and one here. These are very good cards to have opposite a preemptive hand, especially one where we know we have really good trumps, right? Even if our partner doesn't, but the robot isn't predisposed to preempt with terrible suits, even though I've seen it sometimes. So here, if you're going to be bidding, you're going to be bidding spades, and here I like just bidding game with this hand, and hopefully we are going to be okay. Look at this. It does look like on a non-diamond lead, no trump's probably pretty good. On a diamond lead, it's pretty bad. so here we'll hope maybe they're not getting a club rough here. Okay, diamond return, we'll take that. And now we have lots of ways to go on this one. First off, we can draw at least one round of trump. Let's see what's going on here. Make sure we're not getting the worst of all worst breaks. And here, interesting. So I have a couple ways to go about this here. I can really go for the gusto on this one and take a club finesse and hope that's kind of going to be okay for a pitch for me, because at this point I can pitch one card already on the ace or the king of hearts, right? So if I play the ace of hearts, obviously going to pitch this 9, and then when I play the king, I can either pitch this card, and that would be kind of saying, hey, I don't think this finesse is going to win, and I can avoid the finesse altogether and maybe rough out the queen of clubs for all I know. Or I can pitch a diamond on that heart, and then maybe if everything goes really well, maybe clubs are 3-3 in a weird spot. They've just led low from 3 small. Now maybe we get all of those tricks. What did they lead? I can't go back and see what they led, unfortunately. I've already played a few tricks from this point. Too bad. But here, I don't know. I'm just trying to consider if I should draw another round of trump. And in that case, if they're 2-2, now I just have the flexibility to do all sorts of things. Or I can just play a diamond right now, right? If I think the club is wrong, I can just play a diamond right now and just set up a ruff in diamonds. And now I can just hop king of clubs if they play a club, ruff a diamond, draw trump, and then cash hearts pitching a club. That's kind of the safest route, and that'll produce, most of the time 11 tricks, unless something weird is happening in clubs. I think we should. It's just a guess on this one for me. I mean, if we could really add credibility to all of the robot's choices, it's less of a guess, but it's just hard to know what's going on here, I think. Lefty just leads a club to the ace. Diamond comes back. We draw a round of trump. And the real problem is here, if the club suit is just wrong, it's terrible for me to go for that. Like if I take a club finesse right now and try this out, here's what I need. I not only need the club finesse to win, I need clubs to break in order for me to be able to take the rest of these tricks and get rid of all those diamonds. It seems really unlikely that that's going to happen. And I don't want to draw all the trump without being able to ruff a diamond. So here I'm just going to try and lock up 11 tricks. Okay, this is good. They can't crush us in clubs. I hope they're leading away from the queen here, because that means we're okay. I can just claim now. We have all the tricks, and let's see the queen. Yes, thank you. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry if that burst your speakers. I was happy about that. The reason I'm happy, folks. Let's jump over to the results stream here. Is if at this moment, the moment we're looking at, and here trumps are 2-2, so I could have played another trump as well. But at this moment, if I take a club finesse, right? So if I let a club to the jack and queen, which would have happened, right? And the interesting part is they were 3-3, but they've already set up their diamond, right? So now I've lost one trick already with the ace of clubs. If I decide to chance making 6, I'm only going to make 4. Right. So I'm happy that the match point decision that I was thinking about, I didn't actually try to execute, because in this spot, I would now have gone from making 5 down to making only 4. Right. So here, happy. I would be just as devastated if we reversed the club position on this hand. If you put East clubs in West hand, I would be as devastated as I am happy, because now I could have taken a club finesse and pitched both of those diamonds. But here we're okay. We did well. And I think that's pretty good. No trump is interesting. Let me take away this double dummy screen here. If they lead a diamond, we're in trouble. But the problem is they're probably just going to lead a heart, right? Unless they're robot geniuses, and then we can be happy about that. But then I believe if we duck once, we're still okay. The problem is we only have 9 tricks off the top in no trump. And if we're making 11 tricks in a suit contract, that's just going to be better, right? On a heart lead, we still, I believe, can only get to 10 on best play, meaning we have to guess the club position, right? Because here we still take 6 spades, we take 2 hearts for 8, the ace of clubs for 9, and that's all we have initially, right? Where do we get extra tricks? I mean, if they lead 4th best in hearts, maybe we get an extra trick on trick 1. So here, if we're losing out to people in 3 no trump making 5, whatever, I'm fine with that. Ooh, this one, I just have to open a no trump. I can't resist. In fact, I think that's just a normal spot here. Not surprisingly, they're showing some suits, probably a major. Interesting. What would double be here for the robot? Rebiddable diamonds. Let's say that. And I'm going to be weird here and bid 3 diamonds. Maybe I'm not. Gosh, I really don't want to. I really don't want to tempt the robot to bid, and I'm also vulnerable. But I have a really offensive hand in this spot. My partner didn't do anything when I bid 1 no trump. Right, so when 1 no trump 2 clubs, they could do anything in our system at this point, because 2 clubs is the bid that is essentially, hey, you can have all your systems on. The only small wrinkle here for partner would have been if they wanted to bid Stayman, they would double. So lefty has spades, obviously. East just had to bid 2 diamonds, right? This was no choice, so East isn't necessarily showing anything. We did, in fact, with our double, we had the opportunity to show rebiddable diamonds and this hand. So we've kind of shown this, and our partner still hasn't done anything. Match points is so brutal. Non-vulnerable, I would probably just automatically have bid 3 diamonds here. I think vulnerability, being red here, is it possible I go down 2? Well, yeah, if partner table's nothing. And look at that queen jack of spades. That's so bad. If they just have the ace and the king, those are 3 points that are just worthless in my hand. And that's 2 losers, 2 more in hearts, maybe a club loser, maybe even a diamond loser, right? If the king of diamonds is to our left. I can't risk it. As much as I want to bid, and as much as I think the field is going to bid, that's the problem with this one. I think the field is just bidders here, right? And the field probably opened a diamond as well, so maybe they saw something different. But the thing is, we did show a very reasonable no trump opener and good diamonds to partner, so we'll at least have faith that partner does know that. I like this. All right, partner led a low diamond. Oh, man, partner had 4 diamonds. No. Oh, man. They did not bid after we showed a no trump opener. I'm going to just hopefully false card for them. We showed a no trump opener and rebiddable diamonds. Our partner had 4 diamonds. They must have nothing in their hand, obviously. They have not shown any values yet, and we should not expect many to be there. Here, we want to make sure we don't get end played, so we're going to save some clubs. We want to be able to exit a club and not a diamond, unless partner should come through a diamond here and take us off any sort of problem end play. And here we go, 7 of clubs. There's that. And now we're just kind of trying to get out of our hand safely and hope they don't have entries. It looks like we didn't push them, which is, I suppose if we bid 3 diamonds ourselves, we would have given them another opportunity to bid. And my gosh, they have, I mean, what are we going to do to defend this one? Look at the spade position. How brutal is this? That is sick. The queen jack tight. Oh, okay. Thank you. Ace King 9-6. They think the 10 and 1 and dummy isn't going to be great for them, but it's just amazing, right? It just sets up the rest of their hand. They have two club losers. That's it, right? Making 5 all day, every day. But you can sympathize with partner. I guess they're thinking the same thing. In diamonds, we do lose 2 hearts, 2 spades, but that's it, actually. That is it. So we could actually make 3 diamonds and only go down 1 and 4 diamonds. But the problem is all of our bids after that might wake the giant over here that's just saying, well, I wasn't willing to bid more in spades, but now I will if you're going to force me to. So here I'm interested to see the result on this and see if it's good or bad. I can't imagine it's that terrible. I don't know. It feels like the results are okay so far. But as you got all seen in these scenarios, I've been wrong before. So here we are. Ooh, a normal 13. I just opened a club here. Yeah, that's no good. So this is weak. I happen to agree with kind of the modern method in this situation. If you're going to play your inverted minor suit raises, this should be more of a mixed-ish variety, right? So the robot plays it as weak, but I think they're never terribly weak in this situation. The problem is I happen to be pretty weak, right? I have a flat 13. I would love to bid 3 no trump. I just think the likelihood of this succeeding, unless partner has extraordinary length in clubs, is going to be a little low. If partner had extraordinary length and good cards, they could have bid 2 clubs, or they could have done something outside of the club suit as well, potentially. So here, I don't think I'm buying anything but kind of long clubs and a rough-looking hand, so I'm just going to pass this. I think the aggressive pros and some of the guys shooting for scores are going to bid 3 no trump. I think if we had a better range for this, if this was more of a mixed variety, you still don't bid 3 no trump with this hand, but you could picture like a hand that has some extra values needs to kind of be cognizant of that range rather than a preemptive range, right? The preemptive range leaves the opening bidder kind of twisting in the wind sometimes as to whether they should or shouldn't. If you keep this as a mixed raise, you and your partner can have better ideas of what to do with the opening hand. Here, I think it's pretty clear I don't want to bid. Okay, we bought pretty well. Partner, no trump would have just been a disaster on a spade lead, obviously. So this is a good thing that we avoided being aggressive and ridiculous, right? Especially with the weak bid. And here we just are going to play low. Even if this is getting roughed, we're kind of just creating tricks for ourselves. And it's not, wow, they're kind of helping us out here. They're betraying the position of these honor cards, which is always a good thing for us. Here, we don't have any reason to do anything else but draw trump, right? If we had some roughing to do in our own hand in clubs, we would do that now. Getting a bad club break, that is not a disaster. We seem to know where the cards are on this one. I am now going to play a heart. I'm going to play towards the jack, and it's wrong. They led the king from king and 1. Yes, they did. Well, that we were never getting that right anyway, which is the good thing. We also may not, I was hoping we may now just get them to lead a diamond and we just have solved that suit. And now we have to lose a club. Or no, sorry, did they rough already? No, they didn't, sorry. They still had a club left, and now we are down 1. And I don't think we have any chance to make this when the hearts are this way. And you can see, when they lead the king, it would always, if a human being was there, I would never expect a king in 1, right? I guess you can sometimes on what they're looking at, 3 small and dummy, maybe they can pick off that that's right, but it's rarely going to be this, which is why when it happens right away, king, queen is what you're expecting, so you hop up with the ace. Notice that any way we decide to do this, they have an answer, right? Because queen 10, 9, 4th is behind us. So if I click on the double dummy action here, I should see on most of the defenses that they're going to make here, we're just down 1, and here it is. Right? There's their crushing play, to be honest. King of hearts, and now, okay, I'm very safe now. I've set up this to be bad for declarer, essentially, right? And now we just can't do anything. Jack 10 4th, offside. Jack 10 8 7, actually. Not much we're doing on this hand. So here, happy we passed. No other pathway to success, it seems like, on that auction. The only thing here would be if someone flip-flopped on the minors. So let me just draw the rule for you. So if you're watching some pros do this, I want to give you why they're doing it if you're looking at some of their streams. So here, one club is always mandatory because you're 3-3 in the minors. So if you're playing normal everyday bridge, when you're 3-3 in the minors, you always open one club. And now when you're 4-4 in the minors, you always open one diamond. And therefore, in the future, you know that almost every time partner opens one diamond, they have 4 diamonds, right? There's only one shape of a hand that they'll have 3 with. So that's why we do it this way. However, a common robot strategy is to open your worst minor, and that is for hands that you might see are trending towards no trump. So with this nice flat hand, you might open a diamond to get them away from that lead, okay? Weird, I know, but I know you've seen it before, and I've done it, I think. And when I was playing more for a high score rather than down the middle, like I've been playing for the last few months, I would frequently do this. Like 2 small diamonds and ace, queen, 4th of clubs, you might open a diamond. Right? And now when you play no trump, you dodge that threatening lead, at least initially, and maybe you have time to set it up. So it's not really the best strategy for a good score the most often, let me put it that way, because it is a variance strategy. Anytime you do anything way different than the field is going to do, you're going down a separate scoring path. So that separate scoring path can lead to many times the same destination, sometimes different leads, but sometimes totally different destinations and whacked out auctions that either produce really good scores or terribly destructively bad scores. And you'll notice I have to give the pros credit. When you see Brad Moss playing sometimes, he will really go for it and you will see an extraordinary score like 83%, but sometimes you'll see a very low score. And he has the absolute confidence to post that, right? He's not worried. He knows this is just him kind of like swinging for the fences. And that's when you see a weird bid. Don't think that's kind of normal. That is an attempt to kind of gain an advantage in the score. So sorry if that was a long process here. The moral of the story is if we had opened a diamond, I think North probably just makes a normal diamond. I don't know why North didn't just make a 2-club raise. I mean, this is ridiculous. Their hand is amazing, right? And if they're going to call this preemptive, right, it just can't be preemptive, right? It can't be less than 9 points. This is 9 high card points and a singleton and a very nicely constructed hand. So if they think this is at their top of their preemptive range, and I guess they play preemptive all the way up to mixed, which is a really wide range, this has to be a 2-club bid, right? You're too good. You're way too towards that top end of the range, even if you're underestimating this hand. Okay. Next case, board 4. 1 diamond, pass 1 spade to us. Interesting. What did you do? You should have doubled, folks. This is the perfect double because we've seen 2 suits bid in front of us, and they are diamonds and spades. We happen to have 4 cards in both of the unbid suits, and we have an opening hand, so this is our double. And this is an opening hand or better because it's our first time in this auction, folks. We are not a passed hand. Our partner hasn't bid anything. We're not responding to their call. We are opening the bidding for our side here. So here we go. We double. It now goes 2 clubs, 3 diamonds. So what have we done, folks? Well, we have completely described our hand. We've told our partner what we have. We're maybe a little bit heavy on the point side of things, but we're really not going to be choosing to bid. And here's why. We've already told partner what we have. It is their choice as to what they want to do. It's kind of weird that they're willing to bid 3 hearts here, but they weren't willing to bid 2 hearts over 2 clubs, but we'll hope we buy it. And we did. Interesting. And I guess we can see they have a very nice hand over there for us. Terrible in the values, but that shape is tremendous. We wish we didn't have the king of clubs, to be honest. This is a rough spot. So here we will look at the values. Left-hand opponent opened, and right-hand opponent apparently is showing, if I can get to the right... So invitational. So this is 10 to 12 total points. So let's do a little bit of the math here, right? We're playing from this side, by the way. So just recognize the lead is going to come to this direction. This player has about 10. Let's give them. All right, our partner only has 3. That's 13. We have 15, I believe, right? 17, yep. And that's 25, 28. So that jives pretty well, right? That's about what we're looking at. So East and West, they in fact have more points than we do. But we have the luxury of playing in hearts, right? So we're going to get the ball rolling here. And the first thing I'm going to do is win this ace of spades. And I would like to draw trump. I would like to do this as quickly as I can. I still want to take a finesse, though, right? So I would need to find a way to dummy. The fastest way there is clubs, right? So I just want to lead a low club. Maybe I get them to do something like this, which is nice. This might set up a little bit of a cross ruff for us. And here we go to the 10 and king. And now there's our heart entry, or our club entry. Queen of hearts. Boom. Let's do it. 10 of hearts. Happy birthday to me. Ooh, okay. It was stiff king. So I guess if we plunk down the ace of hearts from our hand, we wouldn't have had to worry about those entries and we would have been okay in that spot. Let's see if we can rough out the ace of clubs. No, we can't do that. All right. Now I'm just going to lead a diamond. They can draw trump for me, but I'm hoping they don't. Let's maybe get a good run here. Okay, maybe. There we go. And now I think I blew this one. I was just played way too quickly and was just not focusing on the hand as I should on this last one. I think you might be able to see it if you rewind. So here at this point, after I take a winning heart finesse, I think if we just rough clubs, right? If I just rough a club now, I can maintain flexibility here, and I think I can still get the best of all worlds. And I think let's clip off this here. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So at this point, I've gone wrong, right? Once I draw this round of trump, especially when I draw this round of trump with the 10 of hearts here, it's just it's kind of down one from here. Right? I can't really recover because of what you saw in the play, right? I just have these losers that I'm going to be taking as a result of the way the cards are constructed, right? And here, if I just get more roughs in one of those hands, right, I'm certainly going to be able to do better, and maybe more roughs in all of those hands, right? And I get to exit a diamond at some point, or even exit a spade, and they can't really hurt me because I'm roughing kind of behind this player with the long trumps, right? If trumps were 2-2, my play there isn't going to make a difference, right? But when trumps are 3-1, it's total disaster, right? So here, I need to take more time, essentially. I am not concerned with a bridge mistake, right? A bridge mistake, I'm going to make all of those. The speed mistakes, the ones that you could have gotten right if you just take a moment, are the ones that you want to try to avoid, right? And that's just part of the learning process. So here, I like 3 boards. I hate the 4th board, but we still have 4 left. That's an interesting one. I mean, I told you I wouldn't do anything weird, but this is tempting to bid a no trump. Only because here's the downside. When you open a no trump with this hand, you frequently get transferred to spades, and then you're playing spades. So there's the huge downside. The upside is when you open a no trump and you get to play it in no trump, or in hearts, amazingly, you now have a huge advantage because you're never going to be played for this particular hand. This is an illegal bid in real ACBL tournament bridge because you have a small singleton. That's a relatively new rule. It didn't used to be that way. But here, I'm going to do it. I just can't resist. Can't resist. 2 diamonds is the majors. If I double diamonds, what will that be? That will be biddable diamonds. Okay, I don't want to show extra values though, so we'll just pass this. They're playing hearts. Interesting. Gosh. It's so hard. Now I wish I doubled 2 diamonds. Maybe partner would have kind of pre-balanced with a bid, but I can't do anything, right? Partner is the doubler, or I'm sorry, I'm the no trump opener. Partner is the captain. All right, so lefty had 4 hearts. We don't really have a ton of these tricks here. Let's hope partner has a spade entry over there. We can get a little roughage. There we go. Okay. We do not like that. Please lead a spade. Okay. Still not a spade. Great. Thank you. And now there goes the trump, unfortunately. And this is where partner kind of, if you're playing real bridge, your partner that failed to give you the rough is just like, oh man, sorry. And we forgive them, right? We're good bridge partners. So here, I think they're just going to take the rest from this point, right? They're going to pitch on those nice spades over there. We just have 1 trick potentially, and it's slim to none, and slim has left the building. And now they're just going to take those hearts. Yuck, yuck. We could have held that to 3. We could have also opened a minor suit, and that would have changed things. If we open a diamond, I don't know if partner gets that excited. And let's just take a look at this. This is East is. I would think East is always getting involved in this auction with this hand, right? They're going to have some way to show the majors. We think if we opened a diamond, it would go pass. Our partner would bid a spade now, and what would East do? Interesting. Maybe they stay out of this auction. If they show any sort of hard hand, they're certainly going to be competing in hearts. But maybe this auction, a diamond passes spade, is better for us. Now it goes 2 clubs. And our partner probably just floats clubs out, and maybe they balance with hearts, but now we can get competitive in clubs. Our no trump bid took away our partner's probably urge to compete, especially when we don't get to show our hand naturally. So as I discussed previously, I'm having a terrific tournament on my birthday. I think I've just booted these last 2 boards. And this one was just by a choice to create variance that went wrong. So when I open a no trump, I think I park us into the worst spot. They get to find a heart fit, and our partner stays silent, which is, I now wish I doubled 2 diamonds because I think partner would compete, but partner has a 7 count, with some reasonable shape. I'm not sure how they think it's okay to let them play when I've opened a no trump, but okay. We're not going to be partner blaming here, because really, if we just are normal human beings and open a diamond, we probably at least have a better shot here. So I'm going to be interested. We'll sweat the scores afterwards, but they're a little disappointed with those 2. Here, I'm definitely going to upgrade. In fact, if I'm playing tournament bridge for fun, meaning I'm trying to get a really good score, I will always sway 1 point on an upgrade, even if I'm kind of balanced. If I'm flat, I probably won't. I'm not going to super accept here because I've already oversold my hand, but obviously I love spades. Tempted to play no trump for match points, but I've already been weird enough, and thank you for being void in hearts, partner. No trump is really, I guess you could make 10 tricks in no trump if the club finesse works, but if it's not working, we are in such the best spot on this one. What should we do? Let's see. I'm going to probably rough this and save the ace of hearts. I don't need to make a decision on this at any point now. And here we're going to draw some trump, right? There's no reason to really mess around with doing anything else. We'll rough a heart and dummy again at some point, but that is not a priority at this point. We can do that at any time, right? So now we're drawing the last trump. We saw diamond there, here, club to the king. 9 of clubs. Like to see that. Let's go. Okay, too bad. And now we can just rough that low one there. We'll play a diamond to the king. We're destined to lose these tricks. I think it looked like were clubs guessable? Yeah, they had 10 and 1 to our right. So we could have done like a smothering play there for a nice extra trick with that club finesse. But we did not guess that correctly. But the rest are ours. We'll take 11 tricks. I'm okay with that one. Let me show you what I meant by the club play, though. Look at this here. If we play clubs this way, the way we did. So we drew trump, blah, blah, blah. And now club to the king. Now, if we had, well, sorry, we have to do it this way. We have to kind of play the ace of clubs and then play the jack of clubs, which now on that second trick will force this player to the left to either cover or duck, right? They're going to cover and honor with an honor. But simultaneously, right, when we play ace of clubs and then jack of clubs, that's going to be their second card as well. And there goes that 10, right? So it's a weird finesse that you're not really going to choose to take. The way we took the finesse was pretty normal. And that is what produced 11 tricks. If we play no trump, it is, let's see, we get 5 spades. We have to guess clubs correctly to even make it, I think, right? If they get off to a heart lead, obviously. And look at the entries. They have hard entries for days, right? So even if we duck twice, we have to win the third one. They're 4-6. Good luck in no trump. I'm happy with board 6 there. At least we stayed out of a terrible, terrible contract on the other choice. And to be fair, folks, let me just draw it for you. when you have a 9-card major suit fit, you play in the major, right? You just play in the major for the rest of your lives. You'll be fine forever. Okay? So do not mess around with anything else on this one, okay? So let me just remind you guys of what's going on in Bridge Lesson. I don't know if you have seen the last week we had a bunch of good stuff post. Opening Leads was a defense decisions course that we posted that has been really well received. It's a nice review of the defense complete guide that we did and some more practice with opening leads, which, let's face it, we all need more practice with that concept for sure. Doubles practice 1. This was another chance to practice the most versatile and most confusing bid in bridge. That is now posted and ready for your viewing pleasure right on bridgelesson.com, along with a declared decisions course. 7-card trump fits was the subject for this one, and this was a great look at one of the most common low-level contracts. You're usually bailing out in low spots when you have 7-card fits, and these can be very tough to play, but with some normal strategy and a very deep breath, you can be successful in these spots. So join me for those or all the rest we have going on, including the YouTube duplicate, which is Fridays, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. It is a set duplicate game, 12 boards, and you've seen the results video stream on YouTube. It's the YouTube duplicate, and join with a partner, with a random stranger you can find at our partnership our partnership desk, or you can hire a robot for like 25 cents for that one. Very cool. All right, 1 no trump is the opening bid for this one. And we will see the Texas transfer. All right, that's not a dance. That is partner showing 6 hearts. And wow, nice. We'll take it. All right, 2 of spades lead. Who knows what this is? I'm not going to play the jack of spades yet. I can take this finesse at some point later if I want to. And maybe we just see something get played to our right here. It did not. So at this point, I am going to draw trump. And then we're going to think about the diamond suit and also the club suit. So we're going to play a low heart to the king. Ooh, bad break. Unfortunate. So here we can do this. We know we're going to lose a heart now. At this point, I'm going to play a club because, hey, I might be able to pitch diamonds on clubs if I can set up tricks in this suit. And that is going to be my goal. Where's the queen of spades is the question. Where is the queen of spades? Here is the issue. Well, I mean, honestly, if the ace of clubs is to my left, there is no issue. I have no way to kind of get rid of my losers. If, however, the ace of clubs is to my right, I can win the ace of spades, lead a club towards my king, develop that trick, and now I have an entry in my hand with the ace of diamonds, and I can pitch a diamond on the king of clubs. Okay. If, however, I play the jack of spades here and it loses to the queen, now they can return a diamond at this point and force me to guess diamonds before I've set up clubs. So that's a bad line here. And this now leads me back to the play at trick 1. I guess I wish I took the jack right away. I don't think the queen is to my left, and I don't really, I just find it really hard to believe that it's there. I find it more believable that the ace of clubs is to my right. And I'm glad it is. Very nice. And maybe we see the queen of spades? Yeah, thank you. All right, so it didn't matter. And now we know we're not losing a diamond. All right, so ace of diamonds. We've set up a pitch first, and now we'll let them scoop up that heart trick whenever they want. In fact, we'll just lead the 10 hearts from here and force them to do so. And we will take our 10 tricks to the bank. There we go. So interesting spot here, and I now realize I've deprived you of the trick-taking count the entire time. It's supposed to be right above my head, and I'm sorry. So let's go back and take a look at what I did, though. So the important concept at play here is that we try to avoid finesses if we can. We try to find different ways to get rid of losers. And on this hand, the order of operations here could help us in either direction. We could potentially avoid a club loser by playing diamonds, or we could potentially avoid a diamond loser by playing clubs. And the beauty of the diamond suit is we have the ace as a stopper in that suit. So when we start playing clubs first, right, and it's right for us, now we have a tremendous opportunity to get rid of our diamond loser. So we protect that at all costs. So when we lead a low spade, we're not going to take a finesse because they can now gain that tempo back, right? If we had taken this to the jack here, and let me take a previous card and show you. So there, we're down 1, right? So if we play the jack, it now goes queen of spades, and they realize, well, it's time to set up our diamond trick. And now when we go lead that club towards our king, they say ace of clubs, diamond cash, right? So at this point, we could not afford to let that dummy win. Let right-hand opponent win. We now have to execute this play first before we let them in. And now, boom, right? We have no diamond losers. And now, after they play queen of spades, it's too late. Too late, right? You can't get there. Sorry, Mr. Robot. Okay. Recovered okay from 2 boards. And, man, I'm going to open a spade, folks. No way I'm going to open a no trump. I've been burned before. And what's 2 clubs? Oh, my God, what is that? I don't recognize it. What is it? What is it, folks? It's Drury. It's Drury. We open in 4th seat. And luckily, the robot kind of tells you what's doing here. They highlight and alert their own bid for you. So whenever you see that, make sure you're clicking on it. This just shows an invitational raise with 3 spades. Are you accepting an invite? I certainly am. I don't think I'm good enough to jump to anything other than 4 spades. If you had a hand that might want to pursue slam in these situations, and I mean, really, I guess if partner had the right cards, we might want to pursue slam, but they would really need the ace of spades, the ace of clubs, king, queen of hearts. I guess they could have ace of spades, king, queen of hearts, and shortness and diamonds, and they would still be okay. But this would be the bid you would make. You would jump to 3 of your suit, right? So that's what that would show. I don't think we're quite good enough for that, and I'm happy just to bid 4 spades. And if we're missing a slam, oh well. Wow, they have almost the perfect hand here. Look at this. It looks like we're going to be on, I don't know, we might be able to take all the tricks here. We're going to win the ace of clubs for sure. I'm going to play the jack of diamonds now because I'm here just to see what the robots are doing, and that did not look successful, so I'm going to play the ace. I assume they're going to cover that almost always. That's just a robot play. That's not a real bridge play, folks. And now I'm going to draw 2 rounds of trump, and that's all I have to draw. Very nice. Now what do we do? Well, I think we have to lose a heart, and we may or may not have to lose a diamond. I'm going to kind of mess around here just a little bit. I'm just assuming I'm always losing a heart. So here, if we get them to kind of do something weird, we might panic them into a mistake. That's all. That's all we're trying to do at this point. There's no more diamond finesse here. We're just going to play for the drop. And at this point, we have to play for the drop right now. And let's just cross your fingers and hope the queen is to our left. Oh, no! Terrible. And we should have taken the finesse. Maybe we should have waited. I don't know. Too bad. We could have drawn trump, roughed a couple of cards, and then decided to take the finesse. Or maybe they even cover at that point. Man, they ducked queen 3rd, too. So dirty, robot. Can't believe you. You've learned. The robots learned, right? We tried to panic them into covering, and they didn't. So we have to give them just a fair bit of credit on this one. Let's see the results. Okay, let me oh man, the last board, that diamond finesse crushed me. All right, let me line these up with the results, and I'll be right back. All right, here it is, folks. All right, so let's see this. Oh man, this last board is so embarrassing. The robot is too good now. I can't compete there. They didn't cover an honor with an honor, and in these spots I made a terrible bridge play, but I made what I thought was a normal robot play. And here this is the temptation play, right? We throw the jack of diamonds on the table, and I don't mind doing it early because they usually will cover when they just have very little information, and just in general anyway. But they duck just smoothly like the robot's always going to do, and they're not going to hitch ever. But here, this is just a spot where I'm assuming the queen is wrong. So in the end, I'm just trying to kind of play for a pitch, and or they're just dividing well for us. As it turns out, though, I mean, it is so obvious that we can take 12 tricks if we just take a diamond finesse, and that's what this will say. This will say, I mean, maybe 13 actually, right? Because if we don't lose a diamond, they break 3-3, and we get to throw a heart, right? So all of these things were absolutely terrible, and my entire play on this hand is based on the diamond finesse is going to lose, right? So I'm a total bonehead here for even attempting this, right? This is going so far down the kind of variance path that I get punished perfectly, right? This is well deserved. I have to be punished for this stupidity because it's me making a terrible assumption based on robot logic and not bridge. So I deserve that one. Board 5, we're destroyed on. What did we do on board 5? Yeah, it's terrible. This is the one I just regret, right? That was opening up variants for opening a no trump. I'm sure people are playing clubs or diamonds on this one and doing quite well, or at least doing better than I did for 5.4%. The rest of the boards, 3 hearts down 1. Again, I can make this, right? So I'm punished for the boards I should be punished for sure, right? These two, absolutely disasters. Boards 4 and 5, totally terrible results that I knew at the time, which doesn't make it feel any better, right, folks? This last one is just, man, God, it's just trying to get better in like the random tiny percentage chance that is beyond logic, right? So if I just play normal bridge on this last hand, let me get to it, board 8. If I just play normal bridge on this last hand, as I said, as the dummy came down, I can probably take 13 tricks, but no. And this one, it's just bad. I think the most normal line is win the ace of clubs, draw some trump, play the ace of diamonds maybe, and then take a diamond finesse. And now the beauty is you get everything, right? If they're breaking evenly, you get not just the finesse winning, but you get the pitch in hearts. So the failure to take this finesse, especially given the fact that they hadn't broken hearts yet, is just criminal on my part. So I will lick my wounds. It is my birthday again today, so I'm gonna go and lick my wounds, maybe with a dinner with some friends. But just remember, if you want to contribute to the program, you can click on the super thanks right down here. That's available on all the videos you watch. So if you feel like you want to contribute to the program or the channel, you can do that. It is not required, as obvious. All of this stuff is here for you to view free of charge. But if you want to donate, that's there for you. And I will try to do better next week, folks. And here it's hard. We were talking with a couple of pros last night, and it's difficult to put a very good 8-board stretch together, especially when you might step out of the box, bridge wise, which I certainly did on boards 5 and 8, and you can see lesson learned, right? Those are to be fair, it's been the last two, the 5 and 8. That's something I haven't usually done recently. And here, God, I got to say, I've got to be close to 60 if I just get normal results there. If I just get to play clubs on board 5, and if I just play like a normal human being on board 8, the world is my oyster, and I and then I just have to clean up my declare play on board 4. Nice. All right. So thanks a lot for joining, folks. I will see you next week for not just this, but remember, the Friday duplicate game is also an option. That's a 12-board live duplicate, so you're going to have to carve out about a little bit over an hour for that, but well worth it with the results video afterwards. I'll see you in those or right back here on the channel, folks. Take care and have a great weekend.